Колеги, вітання.
Greetings, colleagues. We continue our day, and I invite the presidential administration spokesman on ATO-related issues, Colonel Andriy Lysenko. Good day, dear colleagues. Yesterday, about 7:30 p.m., as a result of the explosion of heavy munitions at the field storage facility in Svatovo-Luganska Oblast, a fire started. And as a result of this event, one serviceman was killed and two were injured. The losses among civilians, one person was killed and one injured. 35 multi-storied buildings that are near the storage facility were damaged. According to the preliminary data, it might be an act of terror. SBU started criminal proceedings. And the emergency officers and also the Joint Commission of the Ministry of Defense and General Staff, and they organized evacuation of 200 residents and patients of local hospital, of elderly home and school. 500 residents of Svatovo left. Military forces of Ukraine and departments of the Ministry of Interior they support order and stop any attempts of looting. And today at 6 a.m. they started work. 20 joint groups of field engineers, emergency services, servicemen, law enforcement officers and doctors. And at 8 a.m. Emergency services started to localize the source of fire. They used 3 fire extinguishing tanks, and at 9:30 there were no fire observed, and you can address on the hotline of the Emergency Service of Ukraine to get further information. And now the events at the line of contact. And yesterday there were no enemy of fire, and in Shirokina the militants fired at front line checkpoints of ATO forces. Our border guards in Zolote and Mariinka observed some small arms firing and usage of grenade launchers. In Size village, Stanitsa, Lugansky region in Lugansk Oblast, 2 servicemen of Ukrainian forces were injured by booby trap who demined the territory. And near Novotroitsky checkpoint, a man suffered of explosive device, and he was brought to hospital in Volnovakha with a leg injury. ATO forces started to withdraw artillery systems in Donetsk area. And at 9 a.m. Ukrainian side started to withdraw cannons D-44, D-48 from the line of contact. And this stage is going to be finished today. And from the 2nd to the 4th of November, the observers of OSCE will verify the withdrawal of weapons, and during the 5th till 8th of November they will withdraw mortars of 120 millimeter caliber. And Ukrainian army is ready to return the weapons to the line of contact in case of violations.
Yesterday in the concrete pipeline near Pobeda of Novoydar district of Lugansk region, the militiamen discovered 7 grenades with fuses, 4 anti-tank mines, and 16 detonators to them. Also, the volunteer from the Odessa region voluntarily gave up to law enforcement officers the ammunition that he found near the village Kadema. These are 7 pieces of ammunition to grenade launcher, 42 grenades, and more than 3,000 cartridges of different caliber. Ukrainian servicemen continue to enhance their military skills. In Mykolaiv region, there was a conference of the officers of armed forces of Ukraine where military analyzed the anti-terrorist operation in 2015 and also developed possible scenarios of the actions of the enemy. Every day, the servicemen work on the actions of conducting maneuver defense, combat with the enemy having advanced forces and so on. Also, the deminers having the training as well as the units of the air forces of Ukraine and the land forces of Ukraine. The chaplains visited the checkpoints of Ukrainian military in the zone of Aitio and Donetsk region. The clergy had prayers where everyone could address the God with his wish. Also, the chaplains gave to the servicemen the gifts made by school children from Kharkov. Ukrainian servicemen enhanced their combat skills in Mykolaiv region. There was a conference of the officers of Armed Forces of Ukraine. The Armed Forces of Ukraine helped the citizens of the cities of the East to come back to peaceful life. During the last month, thanks to the efforts of the servicemen, the communication was restored in 10 settlements. The thousands of local citizens can use mobile phones and be in contact with their relatives via the checkpoints Novotroitsk and Zaitsevo to the occupied territory. 14 trucks with humanitarian cargo from International Red Cross Committee went also via Georgievka checkpoint. 5 trucks with construction material for citizens of occupied territories arrived. Any questions or clarifications? Interfax of Ukraine. Could you please say that 2 Ukrainian servicemen are wounded? They are wounded and all the military assistance has been given, all the medical assistance has been given to them. No questions. Okay, thank you, Colonel. And the next press briefing is at 1 o'clock. We'll be talking about the website Access to the Truth, new possibilities of access to public information.